Hello and welcome back to the worst War Machine channel on the internet. I'm Malorian and it's punishment time. So for those who don't know what's going on out there, basically I'm working with the community killer on kind of like it's not really a Kickstarter, it's kind of like a pain starter. It's something with all these little little extras as we go along. So we're pretty much trying to get him some more subscribers. He's doing lots of great work, doing tons of streams all the time. And so to help this out, I decided, hey, let's try and work on these little stretch goals. Just like how when Privateer Press put out their whole D&D set, when you got to so many, there's that little extra thing that happens. Well, that's what we're going to be doing here. And so we hit the first stretch goal, which is going to be, now I have to get a Noogie. So I have my oldest son here just waiting to jump in here. So just so you know, I'm going to have links down below to take you to the channel, but the more subscriptions he gets, the more of these stretch goals we're going to unlock. And I know like the next one I have to do is like walking across Lego, like a Lego covered room 3 times. So yeah, well, we'll see how this goes. And there's more and more and more as we go on. So my son has actually told me that he's never given somebody a Noogie before and actually isn't that sure how it even goes. We're going to start off right now by doing a little tactical teach of how you actually give a Noogie. Now the Noogie is really just you take your knuckles and you rub it on somebody's head. That's the easy thing. But let's talk about the best way to actually do it. The first thing you need to do is to get a really good like arm lock around like their neck. Now you want to do that for 2 reasons. One, they're going to want to try and get away. So you have to find a way to brace them so they don't just run away or retaliate some quickly in some way like that. So that's the first thing. But secondly, you want to get as much force down as possible. And if I was trying to say like push or rub my hand against something else, if it's moving away from me, then it's less force. So if I can pull it towards me and then Noogie, it's going to be extra force. Now let's also talk about what you're doing that with. You're doing that here with your knuckles, and we know some science, right? We know like the whole thing about lying down on embedded nails, and if there's a single point of force, it's a lot more than if it's spread out. So you actually don't want the force spread out across all the knuckles. You want to like push 1 or 2 knuckles forward and try and put all the pressure on that. The next thing is that you got a couple of options. One, you can go for the top of the head. That's normally where like, you know, you're holding them in a headlock, so that's usually available, and you know it's easy. There's not a lot of protection there, so it's easy to get them in that way. But the other place you can go for is here on the side of the head, and one reason why you might want to go for that is there's actually some like small muscles there. So if you want like an immediate ouch, you go for the top or what you're trying to do. But if you want them to be like feeling it in an hour, you put it on the side. So that's pretty much it. That's the Noogie. And now we have to have my son come in. Now I've also given him a reason to try and do this as well as possible. And what I've said is that if he can do it as hard as he can, and I really need him to do that as hard as he can, well then what's going to happen is that he's going to get a pass so that even though tonight's a school night, he gets to stay up all the way to midnight. So normally, you know, they go to bed a few hours earlier because that's what a responsible parent would do. But this is important. We need to make sure it's done right. Ben, do you want to come on over? All right, so you cannot hold back. If you hold back, we're just going to have to do it again. So I'm going to take off my glasses. So remember, good headlock, and then as hard as you can, right? And it's not like, yeah, and you're done. It's like, ugh. All right, remember, this is for science. Yeah, we'll say it's for science. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so I do headlock.
Yeah.
And then I do this.
Yeah, push down and do I have to do as hard as possible? Harder. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think he did a good job, Ben. So there we go. He actually did it hard enough that he hurt his hand. So I think he definitely tried his hardest there. So for all you out there, if you like seeing this, that's great. I mean, it's all just a fun thing, right? It's not like later on to get my arm chopped off or anything like that. It's all in good spirited fun. Go over there to the Community Killer, check out that channel, subscribe, and this will just be more fun things we're doing along the way while you catch all the great content he's doing over there. So otherwise, thanks for that. Thank you, Benjamin, and we'll catch you later. Bye.